Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your all every time. And
when you're young and you get in the old man super stock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Daddy. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?
Welcome along, everyone, to a very, very special show tonight in the cockpit with KINSER, and my good mate, Bump and Run with Booker, joins you right now. As you can see, the both of us, we're excited because there's a big event coming to town this Friday, Saturday, and of course we've got the stars who were, well, very successful last year joining us, but also we've got people who are a well-known name, husband and wife, joining us as well. And I tell you what, the hype around this event all over social media has just blown up, and we're looking forward to it. How you going there, Books?
Oh, I'm doing bloody well, Kins, bloody well. You're right, though. The excitement is building, something unbelievable, isn't it? All over social media, everywhere you go, people are just pumped for this weekend. I'm pumped this weekend, and you know, it's just going to be so epic. You know, this 240s and the Brits are back. You know, I mean, it's everything is just all coming up roses, mate. You know, like and the weather's looking like it's going to be playing ball and doing the business. So, I mean, I'm excited, and let's not forget that all the successful ones from last year, all Hawke's Bay. So we better not forget that, mate. You know.
Oh, you had to get that bloody in there. Well, what's also good too, what's pleasing for me, Booker, is look, this is your first ever World 240s. Yep. You've heard about it over the many years. You've seen the excitement racing of it, obviously. That Heat 3, you've seen that all unfold, but this time you get to see it in person, mate. That's why you're bloody amped.
Oh, I'm amped, and you know, and I'm amped to talk to the drivers as well. You know, we've talking to the drivers over the last few meetings that we've had where we've done build-ups and stuff. It's been fantastic, and they're all just great people, you know. And so get down to pits, people, and go talk to the drivers. They're just normal people, and they'd love to have a word to you, you know. And that's part of it, you know, the family side of it, getting in the pits, talking to the drivers, and just. It's having and yeah, well, where have I been? I've been Speedway most of my life, David, but I've been a solo dad most of my life too. So the funds weren't always there to travel around the tracks to do that. So yeah, you got to put your family and kids first, and that's what I did. So, but now he's grown up and gone. And it's all me and Speedway, mate. Bring on the Speedway.
Hey, just talking of Speedway too, if people don't realise too, us as Cockpit, what we do is we have an online simulation racing game which focuses on New Zealand Speedway. We race class like modified, street stocks, super saloons, stock cars, historics, and of course the A grades, everything like that. We've actually just got into our teams racing online. We're representing a few teams. Myself and Booker are in the same team. Overall, we're second behind the Wellington Wildcats, third and fourth, if I remember rightly, at the top of my head, the Wanganui Warriors and the Christchurch Glen Eagles. Both of us are in the Bay Park Busters team. But it's just a small group of us having some fun. We had a great night, and everyone enjoyed the live stream. We're back live streaming from around 8:15 with the build-up. So what you're going to see on Sunday is 1 versus 2. It will be the Wellington Wildcats up against us two in our Bay Park Busters team. And you'll also get to see the Glen Eagles taking on, obviously, the Warriors as well. So it's entertainment galore. You can have a lot of fun at us, laugh at us, and enjoy us.
See if I can stop myself going on my lit again, Kins, you know. And I was in Kerry Redmond's car too, you know, so... but yeah, that's
you should end up that way.
Yeah, I need to go straight up like he did at teams, yeah. But yeah, a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream there, and I did my best to sort of commentate and do everything as well. But yeah, mate. But also, but that this Sunday, that's from 8:30 this Sunday. But next week, Kins, before we bring all our lovely guests in and talk to them, we'll just quickly talk two things actually before we talk next week. Yeah. The other week, if you saw our show, we interviewed the Pollock gentleman.
Yeah, Thomas Slater and Dave. We caught up with Thomas and Dave in the shed, actually, at Pollock Cranes. Obviously, we all know they're a big driver of the growth of Speedway, especially with what they want to do and their goals going forward. They're talking about that themselves. But they offered, obviously, we all know the New Zealand Superstock champs, the Potter Cranes New Zealand Superstock champs. The new dates, 3rd and 4th of March.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've given us an opportunity to do a bit of an auction. February the 22nd, you'll see it all over our social media stuff. Everywhere it's been plastered. We're going to give you a chance to win some T-shirts, hats, also $100 worth like a food voucher type of thing. We've got the tickets as well for both nights. We've got 2 lots of that, and it's going to be auctioned. One of the auctions is going to our good friend Go Slideways, his family. Obviously, we all know he passed away, Pete. And one of those auctions is going to his family. The other auction that we raise money for to win the tickets, that's going to Cancer Society.
Yes.
So it's a couple of good cause. We'll leave it at that because we don't want to overfill you with all this information because we've got some wonderful guests who are sitting there nicely, patiently waiting for us. But Booker, throw up your screen, mate. I know you're amped for next week.
Here we
well.
go. This is our schedule for next week, people. 5 days each night. The show starts at 7. There you go. That's what we've got covered next week. So,
that's right. So the build up to the NZ New Zealand Superstock Teams Championships down in Palmerston North over the Waitangi weekend. We did this last year. We were quite successful with it as well. So on the Monday, just remember it's 7 o'clock. We are starting the show. 7 o'clock. We'll do the updates on our Facebook. Bruce Robinson and Shane Dewar will join us. We've got the team that's come back into it, the Waikato Wanderers, and then of course defending champs Rotorua Rebels. You can see it on your screen. Tuesday we have the Busters, Mustangs, and the All Stars. Wednesday the Hawkeyes, Wildcats, Eagles. Thursday, Kings, the Great British Lions. Yes, they are back, and they're arriving in the country tomorrow. The Panthers. Then on the Friday, we'll wrap it up with the Giants, Scrappers, and the Warriors. We've also got some giveaways on the show as well. An exclusive book that you might want to grab your hands on. It's a massive weekend that weekend. It's the 50th anniversary of that event. But also, we're going to tell you more about that. Just keep an eye on our Facebook page.
but now it's all about one show, kids. The big show, Friday,
240s.
Saturday, World 240s, mate. Let's get into it. Should we bring in that great couple from Rotorua and have a word, eh?
Yeah, bring them in.
Yeah, bring them in. Here we go. Good evening.
Evening.
Hi, everyone.
Good. Hey, firstly, just thank you very much for taking some time out because I know you two are very, very extremely busy, obviously with the event coming up this Friday, Saturday. So we do appreciate your time just to join us for a quick little catch up. So thank you very much first and foremost.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep, all good.
Awesome. Mate, the event, everyone's talking about it. The social media Facebook page has just been blowing up. It's just going crazy. I'm guessing you two are just excited. Bring it on.
Yeah, yeah, it is, building up to be something. And it's great having the overseas drivers back again. It was good the last couple of years, but it was just a little missing something, and it's great to have them back again as well.
So tell us about what's some of the biggest headaches going on in your little world there, Sonja, because I'm guessing, there's so much that goes in your world prior to this event that's just non-stop.
The biggest headache is the weather, obviously, first and foremost, but we did get a good report this morning from Tony saying that, whilst there may be a shower in the afternoons, we should be right. So that was a bit of good news this morning because first and foremost it's the weather. The second, the worst thing is just getting it all ready to go, printing it all off, and then somebody lets you know that they've pulled out this afternoon, and then you've got to bin everything you just printed. That's the biggest bugbear.
Yeah. And Stan, I'm guessing, your whole thing's just based on the track, isn't it? Getting everything, the facility prepared for the big event.
It is. I've actually, I don't know, I've never prepped the track on a Monday before for a meeting on Friday, but we were expecting the rain during the week, which we haven't got. But we just got it as hard as we can. It's like concrete at the moment. If you were to race on tonight, it'd be quite slick. But tomorrow night will be the night when I've got to decide how much water to put on it, or is it going to rain or isn't it? But failing that, we'll just push water into it all day Friday, depending on the weather. But we should have a good track.
We were due quite a bit of rain tomorrow night, but that's now cut right back. It was supposed to be, like 20 mil, but that's back to about 5 or 6 mil now tomorrow night. So things are coming right.
Oh, that's good.
That's good news, because when I think we're talking to you two, there's a whole group of you, there's a whole lot of people behind the scenes that just take out of their time to do what they do to make sure these big events. I know just recently, and we'll touch on this briefly with that celebrity event and everything like that, but this weather bloody thing, it's just annoying, eh?
It is, and you put so much work and you put your heart and soul, not just Stan and I. I mean, like we're just two people part of a great big team, like it, and people don't sort of get, like there's so many people behind the scenes, and on a night like the World 240s, it's over 100 people, well over 100 people that are employed making the show go, so it's a lot of people, and there's people whose livelihoods actually depend on it. Like it's not just going racing, but the caterers and the people doing the car parking and the ticket boxes, the charity, a lot of lines and things like that. But a lot of people's actual livings depend on it, and when you get a rain off, it's gutting. It's not just for the drivers, but those people are losing money,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a much bigger picture out there, isn't there, when you look at it rather than just keeping your blinkers on. There's so many people it does affect. It's true. So how long you guys had the 240? Me and Reno were talking about last night, trying to work out. Do you know between how long you've had the 240s? No,
I'll have to look it up.
It's in the program.
It's in the program, and I should know off the top of my head, but it's 2004, I think it was. But I'll get that. Talk to him.
I guess it's coming up to a 20th anniversary real soon. So, when I think all the work used to put into this, and everyone that's behind the 100 staff, all the drivers, the 100 plus drivers that are coming up, it's changed its way. The event has grown over the years. This event now is on the pinnacle of the calendar when it comes to New Zealand Speedway. Everyone knows that, and you just see it everywhere. Everyone wants to go to the 240s. You've grown it. You've grown it into an amazing event for 2 days.
Yeah, 2005 was the first one in Rotorua, so it wasn't far out. But we were just lucky that we got the opportunity from Scott Myers, still had the rights to it, and gave us the opportunity, and like nobody ever knew whether it was going to work. Like everybody, there was a lot of people that said that it wouldn't work moving it to Rotorua, and at the time Rotorua wasn't the facility it is now, for sure, by a long way, and we've just been grateful to get it, because then the council came on board with us, and we were able to get funding to increase the terracing, and it was the catalyst actually for the track kicking off and being able to do the improvements that we've been able to do. Without the 240s, we wouldn't have been able to do a lot of those things, and since doing a lot of those things, of course, things have grown from there. But it was the beginning of, Scotty had faith in that we could run it, and it worked, and yeah, hey, the crowd numbers have grown, and the drivers have grown every year. I mean, this year the drivers are up by 26. We've got 26 more drivers than we had last year. Like that is huge. That's 20%. That's huge. But a lot of that is due to the New Zealand champs, of course. But they rained off too.
But in developing the track, though, I was lucky enough that, we used to own an earth moving business and roading and that. And I had the experience, and we'd sold our company at that stage. And I was lucky enough, I was still working for them, but I'd take a few months off to start doing the terracing and that. And, the club was probably, but that's what I like doing. And, I'd take a few months off, but now I'm retired properly, I can spend a lot more time up there. But I just so I can get away from her during the week. Pack my lunch.
Yeah, don't come back till tonight.
And especially over the last couple of years, I've been lucky enough to have Rod McNaughton. He's a bit older than I am, and he's retired, and he just loves coming up there and giving us a hand. And Graham Hardy and Murray Fleet, we're all nearly all over 70. It's like an old men's camp up there. And I'm sure like Red's got a similar thing. He's got all these old people helping him, and a lot of the young ones don't seem to be interested in it. But we go up there and we actually probably talk half the day and do half a day's work. And we'll do the same tomorrow. But in the next couple of days, we've been up there all week. and just doing bits and pieces. And because we did get behind with the weather, I couldn't do any spraying and we couldn't trim trees and all that. So we've been, tidying it up a bit in the last few days, just bits we haven't been able to do while it's been wet. And but it's all looking good, and should be all ready to go. Got a bit of hot mixing to do tomorrow and something else. I can't remember what, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you can take your hat off for what you do. I mean, the comments, what we get on our show from people and guests that come on that talk about their favourite track being Rotorua Speedway. I mean, they're so rapt to go there, and the people at the 240s talk about it as being bigger than New Zealand's every year. So, I mean, and that's a huge sign of respect, I think, to you guys and the work and hard work you've put in has paid off with the way the drivers want to go there and the fans want to go there. And they always say, Stan and Sonja always look after us. Stan and Sonja always do a good track, and I mean, that's just you don't hear that a lot about every track you go to. So. I take my hat off to you guys. I think it's good to hear people show the respect and say what they want to say to you, and it must make you feel glad that you put those hard yards in to see that you're getting some reward for and accolades from other drivers and people.
But we're doing it for the club and the members, but we enjoy doing it, and that's why we do. And we do get ideas from other tracks. We've done a lot of travelling over the years, and even in England, and like some of their tracks aren't up to the grade ours are, but we come away with a couple of little ideas. We come back here and we're like, shit, we can do that and do this. And we'll sit up and have a drink some nights, and we're still there at 1 o'clock discussing how we can do it, And but we do it and try to improve it for the competitors, improve it for the spectators, but we only do it because we enjoy it, and we just try to make it better for everyone.
I don't know why they come back. It's a horrible little track. You go flying into turn one, and you're just holding on sometimes in those big races.
And the drivers love it. They love it.
I know.
And the crowd love it. I like Rotorua, how you're looking down, you see everything. No matter where you sit in the track, you can see everything, and that's what I love about that track when I go there as well. It's just It
is good, and we've been lucky enough to sort of, as it's grown, we've been able to get the big screen in every year, and I think that really adds a lot to it. It's expensive, don't get me wrong, those big screens don't come cheap, but I actually think it really does help for the crowd, to give them the atmosphere, and they can see the playbacks and things like that. I think that's, it is what it is. It's, they don't come cheap. But.
It is credit to you guys, and I can just tell, listening to the both of you talk, it's your passion, it's your love, it's what you have for the place, and it's the facility, like you say. Stan does half a day's work gossiping, and the other half is doing the work there, and you live with the headaches. You make his lunch, and off he goes, and don't come back to bloody late at night. That's just a love.
I come home with some funny stories sometimes.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I bet.
I can't repeat them.
No, you don't want to know.
No. But it's just that love and passion that you have, and it's a group of people.
A lot of tracks have got the same amount of people as us doing the same thing, and to be honest, we've been really fortunate. We sold a company. And we sold a company, and I could then do it full time. Well, for the first long time, for nothing, for free. And not many other tracks have been fortunate enough to be able to have that personal people do it. So, we've just been a little bit lucky, really, too, and been able to put the time in. But there's a lot of people behind us and a lot of people at other tracks doing exactly the thing and having to do it after they've done a full day's work. They're the real heroes. They're the superheroes.
Right. Hey, let's get into it, because we've got a couple of guests who will be joining us as well really soon. The timeline, everything for Friday. So I'm guessing Pitgate opens up at 2 and the drivers are rolling in after that, do their scrutiny and everything like that down at the track.
Yeah, all at the track. Yeah, so the gates open at 2 and they'll come in and start scrutineering, and then we've got the practice for the ladies and the overseas drivers starting at 5:30 to 6, and then the grand parades after that.
Yeah. And then obviously after that too, it'll go into the public and arrive at the gate 4 o'clock, get in, and so you still buy tickets online too and everything.
Yeah, the ticket sales, I just checked a little bit before, and they're going really well. A few more seats out there, but if we don't sell all the seats, we'll have them at the fan band to be able to buy on the night. But just a message out to the people: don't go sitting in the blue seats if you haven't bought a ticket, because somebody will come along with a ticket, and you ain't going to look good. So yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah, the pre-sales are right up there with last year, if not more. So and a lot of people do buy on the last day as well when they look at the weather and make the decision whether they're going to watch it on the live stream or whether they're actually going to go. So yeah.
Yeah, live stream, that's all going to be operating both nights. Jason and his team from way down the line, the Pits Media, they've been busy over the last few days following the Super Saloons and the New Zealand Street Stocks or the GP and everything like that. He's going to be there with his crew and delivering the live stream. And just remember, don't buy all the other scam rubbish that everyone kind of pops up these bloody days. There's only one place to go. That's the Pits TV.
It's it. And, and if we do catch somebody, they'll be gone. It's last year we put somebody out, it's just not fair. It's just not cricket. It's just not cricket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a little bit of speedway etiquette when it comes to speedway, and with the certain things, I think, Yeah. I mean,
Jason, mate, he's going to make a living out of it, and that's his job. Is one of those people that he's had it tough this year. He's had to drive all over the countryside for no reward. And he's set up amazing new van. It's just out of this world. It's an amazing piece of kit, and that doesn't come cheap. So do the real decent thing and support him.
Awesome. Looking
100%.
forward to it. It's going to be a massive weekend book. I know I'm excited for you, mate, to come along and check out the 240s.
I tell you,
hey,
I won't sleep Thursday night.
I know. You're not going to sleep at all. I'm just going to quickly whiz through a couple of guys and girls who've been watching this. Corbin Bork, who's been watching, Riley Christensen, Thomas Slater, who we caught up with, he's watching, Steve McDonald, Dave Thomas, Brad Wright, Tracy Vincent, Richard and Trudy Aldridge, Lisa, the list just goes on. Bex Braybrook, I just want to give you a bit of a shout out. Peyton Wilson, Muddy Goodley, being cheeky, asking, hey, councillor and traitor, Calvin Bull, Elson Tuani, the list just goes on here, Glenn Tamatia, Jason Coley, and I could just run off a whole lot of names. We don't mean to be rude, but we're just having a good conversation with Stan and Sonja here, and it's just good. Madu Goodley, yeah, you're right, Madu, generally great ambassadors for the sport. So,
They're talking about you two there. Murray Goodley, you're genuine great ambassadors for the sport, yeah. And Warren Buckman too has put, they're scrolling too quick for me. So Warren Buckman said, you guys have grown the 240s from a ho-hum one-night deal into the best Superstock weekend in the country. So there you go. That's from one of the fans that watches it. So
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that sometimes, people love it. They really do. I've been gutted missing it for so many years.
It's really rewarding.
Yeah. She's a bit hard to live with for that week coming up to it, but we get by.
And, hey, it was a bit gutturing. I know Steve Williams was doing a lot. You're going to have celebrity drivers a recent, the big events. That's not the first time, unfortunately, he's had to pull the pin on it. But you got to feel for him because the money going back to Ronald McDonald House and everything like that, the passion and the drive from this one guy to bring in all these big name celebrity drivers. We interviewed a couple of them on the show recently, and just one of those things, and let's hope we can get that vendor back.
Yeah, hardest rain off of my life. It was worse than the New Zealand Superstocks when we rained off. It was just hollow, we'd put so much into it, and it was going to be really good. It was a good show. I know we'd had a like we did for the opening ceremony of the New Zealand Superstocks, we had a really good thing prepared to go with children with cancer, and that was gutting. That was real gutting. It was gutting for Steve too. He couldn't talk to me for about 4 days. He says, I'll get back to you next week. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And we both felt the same. It was just, gutting. So, I'll come back and give them a hand next year, and we'll make it happen next year.
Awesome. Hey, another big event too, and it's the future of our speedway. It's the Mini Stocks in Paradise. Another big event. These kids just come out and they love racing there. That's coming up real soon as well.
Yeah, and the 3 guests you got coming on, they all did MIP as well. So and it's these kids, like and like my great grandy and the kids all down the TQs on the weekend.
I was about to say.
Like all, yeah, MIPs, like Terence had won the junior and the senior MIP, and it just follows through into these other classes, and it's not just the stock cars and the super stocks. It benefits all classes. It benefits the TQs, the sprint cars. You got Ashton Osborne down there now with his saloon and doing so well in that, and fourth over in Tauranga. Like the kids just, and you got Jason and Quinn and Jemma. They all, they've all come through mini stocks, and it's great for the sport.
Yeah.
Hey, she's a big old couple of days. There's mini stocks in paradise. It's a big old couple of days, especially for an old tart. But it's great, and the kids have a ball. There's tears and tantrums, and 10% probably go home miserable, but the other 90% have had a ball. And it's very rewarding. There is the odd thing that comes out of it and you go and tear your hair out, but it's just so good for the sport. It's just great.
100%. And talking about what's good for the sport, look, you love following the family around. Just recently you went down to Miami, watched the grandson, got on the podium, the biggest smiles ever from the grandparents, let alone all the family. I know Booker was here watching as well. Proud moment, very proud moment.
It wasn't just smiles, it was the on the bleachers and noise me bloody cheering him on for the last few laps. If anybody was sitting close, it wouldn't have been pleasant.
But that's what it's about. Yeah.
Something pops up and a couple of Mithats in front and he's sitting in third, and I'm like, it's just over the moon. It was just so cool. Yeah. And it's what grandparents do, don't it? And embarrass everybody.
Yeah, 100%. Well, you got there in one piece, even though I know Stan had the foot down in the old travelling down there, looked at these red and blue lights, but I love it. Off he carried on. He was all good.
But it's a long
Hey, awesome. It's been wonderful having a chat with you too. We really appreciate you taking our time to join us as part of the build-up to the big weekend, TWS World 240s, Friday, Saturday, and it's all ready to go. Look, massive numbers of drivers, an increased number of drivers. You've got the Aotearoa Women's Champions as well. We're going to be talking to Jemma very soon. But we're looking forward to it.
That's such a great thing, like that started from an idea from David Thomas, and it's just such a great thing, and Jemma was one of the ones, when David suggested it, Jemma was one of the ones that sprung to mind with me, because she was one of the first girls out there actually really competing with the boys in the stock car and giving it back as good as she got it. She was one of those pioneer girls of, that come out of mini stocks, and she was one of the ones that I really wanted to do it for, because I just thought, how cool would it be for girls to be able to compete with other girls and not to be constantly beaten up with the boys sort of thing, and compete on their level. But of course now there's so many of them that they do compete with the boys easily now anyway, and it took a few years, but Jemma did finally win it last year, and I was so excited. It was just it was like having a grandkid win. I was just so pleased with Jemma. It was just she's done the hard yards, and then this year she qualified for New Zealand. So I was just absolutely stoked for her.
She's in the background with a huge smile right now too, by the way, Sonia. I can see a big smile.
It's true. She knew how happy it was last night. I think I might have given her a cuddle or something.
Sneak her in, Booker. Sneak her in.
Well, bring her in. Here we go. Look at that. There she is.
There she is.
Hey, Jemma.
You heard that, Jemma?
Yeah, you did give me a cuddle. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
No, it was cool.
What a cool intro, eh, Jemma? What a way to bring you in, eh? Put you right in the limelight, right up there, And it's credit to these two and everyone that's involved with the track. We're just talking about that. There's a whole team effort, eh? And when you think what these two do, and people have commented so much on our stream, it's just been unbelievable, eh, Jemma? When you think this is what it comes down to, the love and passion of people who are at different tracks, they love it.
100%. These two are just the face behind the team. Like, we always associate Stan and Sonja with Rotorua, and quite right, everyone plays their part, and it's all part of a whole team.
Team effort. Well, team, it's been massive talking to you. No doubt we'll catch up with you guys on Friday. Good luck, Stan, with spending half a day catching up with your mates, talking whatever you talk, and then
I
do
have
your
no
work.
problem. Next couple of days, we won't have time to talk. So.
Hey, just to clear though, for the people who are viewing and watching, just to let us know the Poms. Obviously, good to have them back. When are they arrived, or when are they arriving?
The two Dutch boys are here. I haven't caught up with them yet, but some of the family have, because they're out at a Airbnb at their place. So they said they've arrived and they're all good. And Frankie arrives tomorrow. I do understand he's got a bit of a problem with his race gears still sitting in Germany somewhere, and he's in San Francisco at the moment. So there's issues with his luggage just at the moment. But
all his luggage
and little Ted as well. So yeah, there's a few issues here, but they're going to catch up with Thomas and them tomorrow and have a look at his car and hopefully set him in it and have a bit of a go and see how that all works out for them. But yeah, Thomas and them have done an amazing job of getting the car all sorted for Frankie and Mitch Vickery as well for Charlie. He's put hours and hours and hours into that car and to get it just perfect for Charlie. And maybe a new wing. Maybe not a new wing. We'll see what Speedway New Zealand say about the wing.
Is it a fin?
Is it the fin?
It's not a bloody fin.
just tell him to go park next to Asher. He'll be all right. He'll be all good.
He's not got the pit gate, whether the wires across the pit gate are high enough.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Bad lad.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, thank you for your time here. We appreciate it. You can stay there and watch the show if you like. You don't have to leave. We'll put you aside. So, yeah. Thanks for your time again, guys.
Awesome.
Okay, then.
Thank you.
Thank you. See ya. Bye-bye. Gemma, how are you?
Good.
Have you kind of come down from the New Zealand Stock Car Champs recently? You know, we watched the qualifier nights, and we all know what happened there. 2 wins, eh? Oh, bloody Mike Mack doing what Mike Mack does the best. And then you're right in amongst it on the finals night. So congratulations.
Thank you. I'm not sure if I'm coming down with it quite yet. There's still people that you haven't seen over that Christmas period and the New Year period that they see you and then they still congratulate you and stuff. It's actually quite cool.
Yeah, I bet it's cool. I reckon it's bloody cool, eh? A new car and everything like that. Tell people who watch it at the moment, tell us all about the car and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, so it's a new Rees race car. So I've taken the engine out of the old car and some of the running gear, but most of it is, really all of it is brand new. And it's one hell of a race car. Like, you can't fault them enough, like, at all, really, because they have everything set up in the right place and you just basically have to get in and drive it. It's awesome feeling to actually be at the pointy end and actually qualify for my first ever New Zealand champs. Like, it's unreal.
Very cool, mate. So is that the new merch you're wearing, or is that just for the driver herself?
This is just for me, and I got one done for my sister-in-law as well, but it was just for the weekend. I was like, well, I gotta have something new.
So now, Booker did bring up merch. Will you have any merch? You got any merch available at the moment?
I'm an embroidery machinist by trade, so I did this week, and so I've got a few hats to sell. And I was hoping to have some mirrors done, some screen printed mirrors, but they aren't quite finished yet. So hopefully next week at the Grand Prix, I might have those for sale. But I have also stickers and posters that arrived today, just for giveaways. Just chuck a few on the car. You want to see them? They're actually a little sneak peek. You want a sneak peek?
Yeah, go do it. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I like that. That's cool.
Oh, very cool. Well, there you go. People go down to the pits and see Gemma on the weekend. Get yourself a sticker and a poster.
Yeah.
Gemma, before we brought you into the show, obviously you heard Stan and Sonja. Sonja spoke highly of you. You know, you're like, well, you saw the crowd yesterday when we were showing them we were doing the testing. It sounded like that whole thing, even though Dave Thomas said the idea to them, it was just so cool because the senior race with the boys and everything. So why not put something on for the girls? You know what they've done really for the girls and growing that Pacific Championship. It's just amazing. They just spoke highly of you. It's like I seen your cheeks going red and you're quite blushing, but overall, it's just amazing what they've done, and creating that event thanks to Dave Thomas as well.
Yeah, they've definitely grown it. Like a lot of people actually say that they love to go and watch that event alongside the 240s. They actually have over the years said it's been quite more enjoyable to watch than the 240s. Not like comparing it and saying it like it's better or anything, but just the different aspect of it and the idea behind it. It's more intriguing and seeing the whole group of females racing against each other. It is something.
Yeah. Hey, what it does too, it brings out some household names that many people are associated with Speedway over the many, many years. You hear the names, but it's good to see the ladies out there doing it, and that's the future. There's a couple of ladies who are racing in the Superstock class. You qualified, obviously, through to the finals. Take us back a couple of weeks back to that New Zealand Stock Car Champs. The build-up to they're getting ready for it. That race, and people are going to ask the questions about Mike Mack and how he just did his little bit to get you home, to get your second win, if I remember rightly. What was that all like building up for that event, your first championship? Because we interviewed at the Scrutinarian at Huntley, a lot of the Superstock drivers, that was their first ever event, but we know the rain buggered that all up. So what was it like for you building up for your big championship there?
Knowing the caliber of the car this year, actually having the potential to make the finals field, like each year I've had a car that's been there or thereabouts, but this year having the car that's that next level higher, to be able to, I prepped it pretty good as well, and making sure that I had the best chance of making the finals. So I don't know, it was I don't know. Sorry. That's all good. It just fell in place for you, to be honest with you. Everything just worked out. Everything just worked out. Obviously, you'd put a lot of work into it. You were confident enough because you knew what the car could do. You just had to be in the right place in the right time and making sure you weren't caught up with all the traffic. Even though that field kind of disintegrated after a little while. We spoke with Mike at the old Scrutinarian in Huntley, and he was contemplating whether just to put the foot down in his car, but he reckons he mightn't have had enough juice to keep it going on the final, so he went block mode. And how cool was that for you to see, Mike in his car doing this bit there, didn't take them out. He was slowing them down, letting you go past. He was just being a bloody pain in the ass. He was a menace out there. He was Mike Mack doing Mike Mack things. Seeing the groups and seeing the name in your group, you're always going to have that little sense of relief going, awesome, I've got Mike Mack there. You know how much of a club man he is, and that if he needs to, he's going to put in the bumper work to help any club mate through if they're close enough.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it too, isn't he, the bumper work, so that's awesome. So you're excited and pumped for this weekend, mate?
I am. So the prep's still going down. We're actually still waiting on parts, and we're supposed to be leaving tomorrow to go through. But it'll be a cruisy morning, and then we'll cruise through in the afternoon. But like every other year, it's an event you look forward to, and defending the title as well. I've got a car to do it. It's just a matter of if things fall into place. Anyone that's driving it deserves to win it. You just have to string your races together and be consistent and have some good results and hope everything falls in your favour.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly right, 100%. Well, look, safe travels for you and the team coming on through to Rotas. Good luck with that event. You are the defending champ, but I remember rightly, 14 for 14, now 14 NZ. I can just see that on your new T-shirt and everything.
We're going to make stickers up, Kins, eh?
Hashtag it. That's your own hashtag you got now. Jemma, thanks for catching up with us and having a chat. No doubt we'll catch up with you at Rotorua over the next couple of days. And safe travels. We'll bring you back at the end when we catch up with the two boys, Quinn and Jason. Thank you.
Doing the Bay proud, mate. Doing the Bay proud. Okay, we'll just drop. I've got to find the right button here. Here we go. That one there. And we'll bring in Quinn. There we go. Hey, mate.
G'day, how you going?
Yeah, good, mate. Thanks for joining us, Quinn. I know you're a busy man with work and everything else, and I know you've been trying to get as much track time as you can because the weather's been bloody rubbish for all the years out there and haven't been able to do what you do. You got a new car, but hey, I know you've been sitting there patiently since we've spoken with Stan Sonja and then Jemma. So I thank you, mate. Thanks for taking some time out to join us, eh?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys getting me on here. It's great what you guys are doing for the sport and getting all the fans interested. So it's yeah, it's really good. So thank you guys for doing what you're doing.
How's daddy life, mate? How's fatherhood been treating you? All good, eh?
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, it's definitely a change in lifestyle. Just having to drop a few hobbies and bits and pieces. So no, that's really good. Can't complain. Really loving it, and Claudia's doing really well as well. And yeah, that's pretty cool.
And the new car, how's the new car going? This
new
season
car?
so far with what running time you have had anyway. When I saw it on Saturday night, it looked like a bit of a bloody rocket ship.
Yeah, it's taken a bit of time to get to get the setup right and obviously myself getting used to the car, but we're slowly getting the grips of it. Yeah, obviously it's a different chassis and everything like that, and no, we're starting to really enjoy it. So it's a shame we haven't had any big meetings yet. We've only really had club meetings and bits and pieces. It's a shame that the weather beat got to everyone at the New Zealand's, but we're really looking forward to getting to the 240s this weekend. Yeah, first pretty much big event, so we're really excited for that.
Awesome, mate. Hey, Corbin Burke has put a bit of a question there. Tell Jemma to ask Quinn for a drive in his super stock. Hey, put these questions in. There you go. I asked her, Corbin, just for you, mate.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there's always an opportunity. Gemma's, she's actually, I sponsor her actually. So yeah, she's a awesome chick. I've known her for a while, so I'm sure that could, I'm sure we could work a deal out.
Awesome.
I can see her smiling in the background, mate. She's grinning.
I need some more merch. I need some more merchandise, Jemma. So
this will be good for you guys. I know Jason's sitting in the background as well. It's a bit of a Hawke's Bay special as it was, because a year ago we caught up with these three because they were victorious at the World 240s last year. And I'm going to say this from Wayne: black, white, all right. Come on, the bay.
Yeah, mate. Hey, I'll be charting that in a couple of weeks and on Saturday nights.
Yeah, we're into it. Oh, you'll be bloody sitting next to me too in a couple of weeks down there.
Yeah.
You'll be into it, mate.
Yeah.
So, all prepped, Quinn, any fine details you got to do? You got Macca on the job and everything like that? Everything's all ready to go?
yeah, so yeah, we do every Tuesday night and Thursday night. Me and Aaron do the work on the car. So obviously, yeah, credit to Aaron. He's spends a lot of time helping me, and he's always there. And he's got a lot of things going on in his life too. He's obviously just got a new a little baby boy on as well. So he's I mean, I think it's good for him to get away and have a bit of time doing a bit of mechanic stuff. He always talks about having his boy there holding a spanner for him, so I'm sure that won't be too far away. But car's coming along really well. Yeah, obviously we raced at Miani last weekend, and so that went pretty well. And yeah, just a general nut and bolt check, bit of steel work, and yeah, we'll be into it.
So in regards to this weekend, the TWS World 240s, you set out on Friday, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, you're taking out the second tier. What was it? Super Stocks in Paradise. Yeah, that gave me automatic entry, which was wicked. It was a wicked buzz actually. So. Obviously, yeah, but unfortunate didn't get to qualify last year. Got a bit tangled up, but
yes, I remember that.
Yeah, obviously the goal for the second tier is to win, and obviously to win you get automatic entry. So it's the second tier is it's still all go. So no, it was good. So no, really looking forward to getting into that final this week.
Awesome,
Do you
mate.
think it's a lot tougher on you because, these other guys that are charging hard at, there's well over 100 cars, there's some real big racing going on the Friday to qualify. Do you think it might be tougher for you because you haven't had the opportunity to get in amongst it all, or how's that work for you? What's in your mindset on that?
Yeah, I mean, all the drivers obviously get 3 heats with 26 cars or whatever, 24, 26 cars. So there's going to be a lot going on where I'm just going to be with, 5 POMs going for a bit of a practice run. So I'm going to use that time wisely to make sure my car's hooked up right. And I might even, get him behind with Frankie Wayman and see how he operates as well, because I know he's an amazing driver. So, I might just use the time as good as I can to get a bit of practice, and that's all I can do, really. You just got to be in the right frame of mind and make sure you're ready for Saturday, really. Yeah.
Do you think there's an advantage or a disadvantage for yourself? I mean, we talk about in rugby games being a game ready and fitness different to a game in that, and I think about race ready as well. Like going out on the track and racing with 26 cars of the fastest guys in each heat on the track and bumping and grinding and getting it right. Do you think that gives you an advantage as opposed to having just practice and then you're going to be into it that night with all those fast guys and it's on? Do you think you lose a little bit there, or because is there such a thing like that? Do you think there's a race ready type thing?
Well, to be honest, everyone knows the amount of prep work that goes into a super stock these days. And pretty much everyone's amazing at it now. So it doesn't matter really if you've done 3 heats with 26 cars or just myself. I'll still put the same prep in the next day to get my car back to where I want it, and all the other guys will be doing the same. So not really an advantage, really, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, it's just I'll still be doing the prep on my car. I guess I won't be, steelwork probably is one thing. Won't have to do any steelwork probably unless I don't go stack it in the fence.
Unless you decide to turn right on a Brit or something,
Yeah. But no, so it's much the muchness really. Like I said, everyone puts the time in their cars now. So
Yeah,
very good.
Everyone's loving it, man. I was gonna. I don't know. Have you seen the comments, Booker? There's quite a few here.
Oh, you're looking at the Harley Rob one or the one about you giving a new grey beard tonight?
Let's leave the Harley Rob comment out, eh?
It's always a cheeky one, eh, Quinn? Whenever you know Harley Rob's names come up, it's like, really? He loves it.
Wayne Austin, eh? What is it? The new silver. You're running in my beard, mate. It does look a bit more bloody silver. I don't know what it is. Yeah, you'll get to see it in person when we catch up at the track this weekend. Harley Rob, eh? I do want to ask you. Can you see it? Can you see it, Quinn?
Nah.
He's asked Quinn. Has Quinn told you, lads, he's going on Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, that's funny.
Actually, we got Harley and Jaden. We started the show earlier on talking about from Monday next week to Friday after the World 240s. Just remind everyone that's watching the show, it's good to have you guys on board. We are starting at 7 p.m. from Monday to Friday every single night as part of the teens build-up down there in Palmerston. So just giving you a heads up on that. And Harley and Jaden will be joining us now. They're 2 drivers that will be talking to us on behalf of the Glen Eagles. So just another reminder, 7 p.m. Monday to Friday as part of our teens build-up. Not 7:30, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
What are you looking at there? Mike Max talking.
Mike Max got there. Mike Max telling you to get on the pole line first race, Quinn.
Get your car ready. Stop talking on here.
Yeah, you should be getting that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mike, you need to be hard out getting that car ready. Hey, 100%. Hey, oh, that's good. Oh, well, so, when you missed out last year on the qualifying, that little just a slight hiccup there. How important was it for you to go into those other 3 heats to win that so you could qualify? How important did you rate that? Was that win for doing that actually up there, mate? Was that one of your highlights of your?
Yeah, definitely. Well, like the 240s is a massive event, so like I said, if you get in the second tier, I mean, you got to win, and that's got to be the mentality. Second is you get a sash and a trophy, So it's getting into that final. So it was definitely a highlight. Yep, really enjoyed that meeting last year.
Awesome, mate.
And merch,
right,
you got merch there this year, mate?
Yeah, plenty of merch.
Do have merch. Merchandise, some stickers and bits and pieces for the kids and stuff. So we'll be having all that at the track at the trailer. So if you're keen to come get some.
Cool. Sure. Did you find a 3XL, mate?
Yeah, I do. 3XL, yeah.
Oh, good.
You're sorted. Just for you, you're sorted, mate.
Don't you sell it on? I'm going to try it on first.
He said Mac has got the other one, so there you go. It'll be all good. Good, mate. Thanks for joining us. We'll bring you back in at the end of the show and wrap it all up. But I do appreciate your time with us this evening. And we'll catch up in a few minutes, eh?
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you, guys.
Awesome,
Thanks,
man.
Quinn.
Thank you.
Okay, let's quickly
right,
bring
Jay.
Jason's been sitting there patiently waiting for us. Hey, mate.
Sorry to hold you up, Jace. How are you?
Hey, all good, no stress. Yeah, all good, thank you.
Yeah. Obviously, you've heard Jemma talk, Jason talk, mate, representing the Be Proud, what they've done, let alone Jemma just recently too at the New Zealand Stock Car Champs, to get through to the finals night. And, mate, it's a big deal this coming Friday, Saturday, eh? It's huge.
Yeah, it is. It's a it's a cool event, and Stan and Sonja do a great job. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of Quinn, he's lucky he's gonna have a rest on Friday night and get into it on Saturday. Yeah, we always talked about it. Not quite sure if that was a good thing or not because you're not really race ready. You spend that Friday night racing hard and fast, and you got to be in that top few just to make it through. So, you got to be really focused for that. So Quinn's going to have to really focus in on that Saturday and make sure that when he turns up on the grid, he's ready to go. But yeah, and then Jemma, she's been going really well this season. So it'll be good to see her go well again in that women's comp.
Yeah, she'll go well.
I think with the new car she's got, we did it again, kids. I'll let you go, mate.
No, you go.
I say that with Jemma's new car, it's a high chance of going back to back with it, isn't it, if everything falls into place?
Yeah, for sure. I've known Jemma for a long time. We went to school together and re-raced mini stocks together all the way through and that. So yeah, it was awesome to see her go so well up in Auckland. I think probably the main reason was that she's finally got a full-time crew member. Obviously Ozzy, her husband, missed a lot of her racing because he was away racing with us. And yeah, it was pretty cool that he used to choose to come with us. But yeah, I'm sure Jemma's really happy to have him now because he's turned up there and all of a sudden she's winning again. So bloody good.
That's awesome. Mate, when we last caught up with you, we spoke about, obviously, you hanging up your helmet. It was a really, really good show, actually, and it really got to a lot of people out there, and you've done well with speaking about it in all rights. So, how's life been since we caught up with you then? What's been happening with you?
Oh, yeah, I've been out to Miami quite a few times now to watch. It's good. Got a couple of mates that have got kids in mini stocks and I enjoy watching them. Got mates that race TQs, so it's cool to watch the New Zealand TQs last weekend. It was a bloody awesome event. I ended up sitting on the bank for the second night with a few of the boys and the family and that. And yeah, we really enjoyed the racing. Some huge crashes in front of us, but yeah, been getting along to a few meetings. Went up watching New Zealand stock cars. And then just gearing up for rugby season. So obviously not playing anymore, but doing a bit of coaching with the club. So I'm taking over as head coach of our premier side, as well as doing a bit of coaching development through schools and rep rugby in Hawke's Bay. So just gearing up for that really.
And yeah, sorry, kids. You spoke to us last time about starting up some jungle gym or kids thing. What was that? Is that happening?
Yeah, that's right. Chipmunks, some of that.
Chipmunks, yeah. So Chipmunks indoor playground and cafe. So we'll be here. My wife and I have got the franchise for that in Hawke's Bay, and to be honest, there's not much in Hawke's Bay for kids, especially under that sort of 11-year-old age. We've got a trampoline park, but that's about it. So in terms of indoor activities, there's nothing. And we've gone in and done that. But the building's all finished, which is cool in terms of the shell. And our builders actually arrived from Dunedin to fit it all out on Friday. So it'd be good to get them in here and watch it start evolving over the next 6 weeks.
So what you're looking sort of like 2 months to have it all and you'll be open, will you? The big grand opening.
Yeah. So we'll be sometime into March, mid to end of March, be up and running. The goal is to be up and running before that school holidays. But who knows? Who knows with builders and you're waiting on shipping and all sorts. So we'll do our best. But that's our goal.
Oh, awesome!
You might have to pop a long book to the opening and.
Oh,
do
yeah, I'll take
something
my
there.
grandkids to the opening, 100%, mate. 100%, I'll take my grandkids. Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, no doubt.
Mate, obviously, you come into Rotorua, I'm guessing.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going to head up. Mum and Dad and I are going to come up for both nights. So, yeah, actually looking forward to it. It's probably going to be when it's all sinks in. Hey, no more super stocks. Yeah, I guess this was always an event that we sort of looked forward to, and it took us quite a few years to win it. But yeah, we were always excited to get up there. The racing's always good. The atmosphere is massive. You know that the track's going to be good, and you know that it's going to be well run. Stan and Sonja do a brilliant job, and everyone's really, they welcome everyone in and really accommodating and all that stuff. So yeah, they do a bloody awesome job, and there's not too many tracks around the country that you get the what they give you. So
Yeah. No, they deserve all the accolades that come their way, you know, and they're a humble couple as well, and it just shows, you know, they spoke about it highly at the start, and just also commented on, like, there's over 100 people that run that event, that work behind the scenes. There is just so many people who go and do their daily jobs, and then of course come to work at the track as well. Jacob Buckroll, what's the age range, Jace? I'd love to come.
Oh, that's
what chipmunks are just, you know, little smart ass.
You can come and make the coffees. Make fluffy.
Also, I guess you know, as a defending champ there as well. Well, you'll end up walking out there on the Saturday night, handing over the trophy. I would guess that'd be your role.
Yeah, sounds like there's something planned there. So, Sonja's also asked if I can give the visiting drivers from the Netherlands and England a bit of a hand on that first night, just make sure that they're all sorted. So yeah, if there's anything that I can help out with, I'm keen to help. As long as I can watch the racing on that finals night, we'll be good to go. But yeah, we'll come up and get amongst it and enjoy the weekend.
Oh, very cool.
It's very cool. I don't know whether to ask. Look, Harley Rob. Everyone knows when Harley Rob asks the bloody question. You know it's got to be either cheeky or he's just bloody.
Oh, look at that! I just saw that question.
You just seen it? Did Jason Long drop the bomb about his new super saloon for the next season? No, he's got to ask it. That's Harley. He's a cheeky bugger.
Oh, he'll be disappointed to hear that I'm driving Malcolm's super saloon next year.
Take that, Harley.
Yeah, I saw some videos last night from Malcolm driving the super saloon. He stuck it up in the fence. I think he thought he was driving his super stock. So yeah, if he wants to move over, I'll have to pull the helmet off the hook for a meeting or two for him.
Gotta love it, mate. Gotta love it, eh? And that's what's good about it. You know, we get to have a bit of fun with it as well. And, you know, when you think about it, look, you take a look at Malcolm in there's a few superstock drivers now in that class of super saloons. Campbell McManaway, you know, this whole Extreme series has been on since Woodford Glen. What was that, last Friday? Saturday,
yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Saturday, Sunday. Then they were at Greenstone and Greymouth last night, and it just carries on. It's bloody growing. It's good to see some of the old superstock drivers out there racing around, doing it, but still having fun.
Yeah, it is cool to see. I think it's probably a class that will keep growing, and it probably will keep growing with superstock drivers. Just given that, the toll that the superstock racing takes on the body, especially teams racing. You just got to look at Peter B. Like, he's taken some big hits over the last few years at Team Champs, and now he's jumped on that super saloon, and he came out to me only the other week and won by half a lap. So, he's going really good. And even Mark Osborne, he made the change years ago, but look how many New Zealand titles, or how many times he's been on the podium in the super saloon at a New Zealand title. But yeah, to be honest, when we sold the superstock and that, it was kind of, I never even dreamt of racing another class. Didn't even think about it, to be fair. It was more about my health than that. But yeah, I know that the old man's started hinting at looking at something. I think he's bored sitting at home and that. But yeah, I mean, definitely this year we're having a year off, and I don't know, maybe we'll look at something in the future. Who knows? But yeah, we're not going to
watch this space, eh?
Not gonna say that I'm going racing super saloons, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, there you go, Harley. Look, lucky Harley said, lucky he has a spear, eh? he's a cheeky bugger.
So are you involved with the Hawkeyes this year as well at teams as a help role, as a manager role, anything like that, Jason?
Yep. So yeah, I'm going to help out. Well, firstly, selecting the team, which has been extremely easy so far because I think we've got about 3 drivers. So there's been no selection going on. No, we're really lucky that Quinn's keen, and yeah, obviously Scotty McEwen's keen again, and with Kyron, he's had a bit of a mishap. Yeah, he's a bit injured at the moment, but it's opened up a door for his old man.
Yes,
his old
Mr.
man
Retirement.
Team race because it was cool because he wasn't going to team race. He wanted to focus on Kyron and make sure that Kyron was all right. Last year when they raced together, Regan sort of mentioned that he was always on the grid and that, looking in his mirrors like, where's Kyron? Is he all good? Is he coming to the grid? Has his car started? All that kind of stuff, rather than just focusing on himself. So, yeah, that's obviously been thrown out the window. So it means that Regan can go and race and focus on himself, and his crew can focus on him. So we've got those 3. We've also got a young fella who lives in Hawke's Bay. He doesn't contract here, but I won't name him just yet. It'll all come out in the next couple of days. But yeah, ideally he's going to be a Hawke's Bay boy anyway. He lives here, he works here, and the next thing is we just got to get a B on his car. But yeah, in 2 weeks' time it will have a B on it, which is really cool. So we're really happy about that. And we've still got a couple of other fellas. Mike Mack, he's sitting in the background offering out up the C cab. But to be honest, he'll probably drive a wheelbarrow out there. So yeah, and he's actually at home flat out trying to get his car ready. We've also got Adam Groom, he's only done 2 races all year. So yeah, if he goes right this weekend, then he's another option. Plus we've got another few in the wings there. So yeah, I'm sure that the Hawkeyes will hopefully, fingers crossed, will put a all Hawke's Bay team together. And
awesome.
Yeah,
I'll still stand strong on the corner cheering for them, mate. Hawke's Bay proud. Hey, we're going to have Regan and Quinn on for the Hawkeyes next week. So that's cool. We've got those 2 on. We got I spoke to Regan on Saturday night in a panic trying to find drivers. so that's good. So that's awesome. You're still involved in doing it. That's good. So it's good to hear that the Hawke's Bay teams have been moving forward. So that's another nice thing to hear, isn't it?
Yeah.
We just got to get a couple of boys back, and then we've got Lofty and we've even Regan Penn, Randall Tarrant.
Get them all back with the B on their car, right?
There's plenty of Hawke's Bay boys. They could probably make a B team or something. I don't know, but it'd be cool to have them. It'd be awesome to have them back in Hawke's Bay one day. But yeah, they obviously all got different reasons on why they're racing away, sponsors and what have you. But yeah, one day we'll be able to get our stocks back up.
You could see an influx actually, because I know you're hosting the New Zealand Superstock Champs there early 24, so everyone wants to get track time at the track, get used to it and everything like that. So it could happen if tradition normally works. Most cars will go and register to a track just because of that big event, but we'll watch the space. Since the other 2 sitting there quietly, Quinn and Jemma, you want to bring them both in and we'll have a big chat to the both of us, mate. Let's bring it in and make it a bit of a Hawke's Bay special.
We're probably going to overflow the screen here, but I was going to leave and let you talk to them, but we'll stay here and see. So we'll see. Everyone's going to come in, and it's going to be people everywhere. Look at that. You're all back, Gemma, ready to rock.
Firstly, Gemma, congrats on making the Hawkeyes. Hey, that's cool, eh? Maybe one day, eh? Well, a Rebecca Barker.
One day, I'll keep buying all the tickets.
One day, mate. One
Represented
day.
the Orange Roughies bloody well last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first taste of teams racing, so it was quite fun. I'll be keen to do it again, but I don't know if Hawkeyes would be the right stage to have another go at it. Even if I was to win Lotto and get a car, I don't think I'd be keen enough to do that just so newly into the class.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's heaps of people watching now. People been tagging heaps of bloody stuff on here. 28th at Miani, we have a teams race against the Lions. Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah, next week. Yeah, not this weekend, the following weekend. I'm only going to that meeting because I want to watch a double-decker derby. So you're looking for, as well as the 240s, you're looking forward to teams as well, Quinn?
Yeah, most definitely. Obviously, yeah, in a new car and everything, but nah, it just hasn't put me off it at all. Still keen to support the bay and get in there and get amongst it. So yeah, hoping to get a bit of a run on the 28th with a selected team, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Obviously, this weekend for you, defending your title, Jemma. It's a big weekend, Friday, Saturday. Well, the Saturday is going to be massive, but it's just a good weekend. And you just enjoy it. Look at the smile on your face. You just can't wait to bloody get here, eh?
I am looking forward to it. We also have family from Australia coming over this year. Instead of just watching it on the stream, they're going to be here watching it, which is going to be quite cool. And I know that a few mates as well are going to be streaming it as well. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Wicked. It's been a bloody good show tonight, Books. You know, catch up with these three again because we did it a year ago, and catch up with Stan and Sonja as well.
Yeah, well, I hope after this weekend I get to interview another 3 Hawke's Bay drivers again, like I did last year, mate. For the, you know, so I think if Quinn wins the 240s, that'd be good. Jemma wins the ladies' crowd, and maybe a Hawke's Bay car. I don't know who wins the what do they call it? The second tier. What's it called?
Yeah.
Superstocks in Paradise.
Superstocks in Paradise. So, I mean, that'd make my day, mate. I mean, if I had 3 Hawke's Bay people to interview again, I mean, there'd be banners all across the screen. It would be incredible. I might even start singing.
He would. He'd start bloody singing. All you'd hear is... Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I suppose we could wrap it up. We're getting on, but we appreciate all of you guys coming on the show tonight, and we appreciate every time you come on the show. So, and the fans love it. So, we wish Jemma all the best for the ladies' crowd and Quinn for the 240s, and we hope it's not too hard on you there, Jason, handing that trophy over. You probably pull it back a couple of times, or.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I only just got it out the other day again, and I checked it, and I was like, oh, I haven't even got it engraved, so.
Shit.
It's been sent down and get engraved yesterday, and yeah, should be all sorted by now, hopefully.
Get the pivot out, Jason. You'll be right.
Yeah.
Did you get the engraver to put 2023 and just start writing Q? Oh.
Nah, we're not going to jinx anyone.
Nah. Well, hey, you three, thank you for joining our show. It's been a hell of a show tonight. To all the people who put on the questions, there's just so many people here that watch the show, which has been cool, real cool. And Mark, good to catch you earlier today, Mark, and have a bit of a catch up there at the local cafe in town. Yeah, I'll get a haircut. I'll get a bloody haircut on my way to Rotorua, but yeah, I'll be all good, mate. But no, thank you very much to 3 years. Safe travels to Rotorua, and we'll catch up with you three there, no doubt. And yeah, we'll keep in touch, eh?
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys, and Gil.
Yes, thank you.
By the sounds of it, you guys had some Quinn Ryan merch to buy anyway.
What was that?
We need some merch.
By the sounds of it, you have some Quinn Ryan merch to buy anyway. So.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you better get onto it. Yeah, so then you get in the super stock, eh? See, get the merch, mate. Get the ride in the super. Maybe you guys could swap on the Friday night.
We'll actually catch up with you, Jim. Might get a bloody something done now. Actually, yeah, we'll keep in touch. Yeah, I want to know.
Okay. Thanks, team.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Later.
Hey, how cool was that, Books? You know, catching up with those three. I remember the excitement we had after the World 240s doing the Hawke's Bay special with the three of them, Jemma, Jace, and Quinn.
Yeah.
You know, all deservedly what they achieved last year. But just to join us on the show, only a couple of days out from one of the biggest superstock events here in our country, TWS World 240s, but also to have right at the start of the show, Stan and Sonja, that have put so much work in. To credit all the volunteers, there are just so many of them. Their Facebook page, Rotorua Stockcar Club Incorporated, is the place to go to if everything you want to keep in touch about the 240s, everything there from the drivers' groups to everything you will need to know, basically, for the drivers, where the actual groups will be dedicated in the color zone, pretty well everything. It's your itinerary to this season's TWS World Invitational Superstock Champs at Rotorua. So really everything you need to know. I just want to say a big shout out to a good friend of ours, Sam Lane. We know Brad. Sam's actually got through now. We'll be racing the 915R in the Aotearoa Ladies Crown, So, big ups to her. No doubt we'll catch up with her and many others. And, I'm excited, bro. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm pumped. I can't wait to get there and, and just get amongst it. And unfortunately, we won't be doing any scrutineering live or anything like that, because the Pits TV is the ones that are doing everything there. So we won't be doing. People have been asking us. I'm sorry, we won't be doing anything live from the track, but we may be doing live, showing you what we've got a driver we're going to talk to on Friday, and we're going to probably go live with him and show you what's involved in getting a race car ready for that Friday night of the 240s and getting to the track, Kins.
Yeah, exactly. Getting his car ready, him and his crew work on the car throughout the days, preparing for the race event. Himself, how does he prepare himself as well? And kind of just traveling with them, traveling into the track. So we're going to catch up with a good friend of ours there as well. But, everyone that joins our show, asks all the questions. You're all friends of us here at the Kokpit show. And we just enjoy having all the fans join us. Thanks for all the good comments, the wonderful comments and all your feedback. We appreciate it. That's what makes us do our show. Wednesday evening 7:30 is our normal show, and good to have Jemma, Jason and Quinn on the show, Stan and Sonja as well. Next week, just a reminder that we do start at 7 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. It is our build-up to the New Zealand Superstock Teams Championship down there in Palmerston North. We'll be catching up. You still got your poster handy, mate?
I dropped it down because I was doing other stuff. Hang on, I might. Hang on. Here we go. Watch this. Can I do this? Let's see how good I am quickly for people. Here we go. Present and boom and boom and boom. Look at that and done. There we go.
There we go.
So there's our itinerary for next week.
Yeah, that's our next week show. So what that is there is how next week's going to unfold. So just a reminder, 7 p.m. we'll be starting. We'll be catching up with Bruce Robinson and Shane Dewar. This event, actually, I think it's the 50th anniversary of the Superstock teams down there. NZ, Dutech and all that, 20 years of sponsorship. So Shane and Bruce will be joining us. Then we'll catch up with the cowbells will be ringing, I would guess. The Wanderers, they will be joining us. Going to catch up with a couple of them. And then defending champs, the Rebels for Monday, as you can see on the poster, followed by the Busters, Mustangs, and the All-Stars, Hawkeyes, Wildcats, Eagles, Kings, the Lions, Panthers, Giants, Scrappers, and Warriors. And that will wrap it all up. So it's a massive weekend, as it always is, down there in Palmerston. That's our next week's show, Monday through to Friday. It is 5 days, 7 p.m. We are going to be run out by voice by the end of the week talking super stocks, but also we're going to give you a chance to grab your hands on an amazing book that's been put together as well that celebrates the event as well. So thanks to Troy Adamson. He's going to give us one of these books to give away on the show. So make sure you keep watching the show and we'll do that for you. But also don't forget to, thanks to the Slater boys, Pollock Cranes, February the 22nd. We've got an auction we're going to do on the show. 3rd and 4th of March is the Pollock Cranes New Zealand Superstock Champs. That's the new rescheduled date. We all know about the rain-off. But we're going to give some people the opportunity to go both nights. We've got a couple to give away. So we've got a couple of passes for both nights, family passes, a couple of T-shirts, a couple of hats, a $100 voucher for food.
And the tickets, each pack is two shirts, 2 hats, $100 food voucher, and a pass to the New Zealand Super Stock Champs.
Yeah, that's it. And the auction, so we'll do two auctions here. One is going to the Aldridge family with the sad passing of Peter, go Slideways. And the other auction, that money is going to New Zealand Cancer Society. So it's an amazing gift. Thanks
and I'd say too, Kins, as well, that there may be quite a few prizes going up for grabs during the week with the team shows. I do know that I think possibly Garage 16 in New Zealand Dirt Track magazine might be giving us some prizes as well to do. They're going to be a part of our team's build up as well. So always great supporters and great working with them. But I suppose it's time to wrap it up, Kins, isn't it? I think for us.
Yeah. Thanks, Troy. Not 50, but yeah, that's all good. It'll be a massive event, but yeah, we're looking forward to it. Cheers, Troy. We'll have to catch up. Troy, I'm looking forward to catch up with your mate there as well. But I appreciate everyone for joining the show. Thank you all for watching, and thanks to Stan, Sonja, Jace, Quinn, and Jemma for joining us as well. Take care, everyone. We'll see you on Sunday with our online series of our Teams Champs.
And safe travels to the 240s, everyone. Thank you.
See you later. Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your every time. And
When you're young and you get in your old man super stock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Daddy. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?